Example number 3. Solving a conditional problem. According to a survey, 91% of Canadians own a cell phone. Of these, 42% have a smartphone. Determine to the nearest percent the probability that any Canadian you meet during the month in which the survey was conducted would have a smartphone. So let's start off with that formula. Probability of A and B equals probability of A times the probability of B given A. Let's just define our sets here. So let A represent the probability that a Canadian has a cell phone. Let B represent the probability that a Canadian cell phone owner has a smartphone. So we want to know the probability that the Canadian has a cell phone and it's a smartphone. So we know what the probability of A is. So the probability that a Canadian will have a cell phone is 91%. And we also know that the probability that a Canadian that the person has a smartphone, given that their Canadian cell phone owner is 42. So we're just going to plunk it down into that formula. A and B equals the probability of A, okay, that Canadians have a cell phone, 0.91. I'm just going to put it into decimal form already. And we know that the probability that they own a smartphone, given that they are a Canadian cell phone owner, is 0.42 or 42%. When I multiply those two things together, I have 0.3822. Now this is a terminating decimal. It literally ends right there, so we don't have to give any more decimals other than that. Though really, for the provincial exam, you would just need to have it to the first 3 decimal places. However, it is asking to the nearest percent, so it's asking us percent. So we would say this as 38.22%, or since we're being asked to the nearest percent, our final answer should actually be 38%. But this guy right here is the final answer, even though these are quite equivalent.